Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven. Today we are talking about that's a catering order. Delivery driver says DoorDash paid her $2.50 to pick up 83 pizzas. So with all of the opportunities on DoorDash, UberEats, Grubhub, or really any of these gig apps, you have the opportunity to take really high value orders. But the problem with high value orders is that they have the same problem as smaller orders. If the customer chooses not to tip, the base pay most likely won't change. And DoorDash is known for playing manipulative games with their drivers and a lot of times with their customers. In this case, a driver was paid $2.50 for delivering 83 pizzas, which is insane. You can make the argument for both parties on DoorDash or the customer why the driver was not sufficiently paid. Could the driver have declined the order? Of course. But with that said, I want to go over everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for gig workers of any platform, DoorDash, UberEats, Grubhub, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. DoorDash has a mixed reputation on TikTok. While many enjoy being able to order food and some have claimed to make a fantastic amount of money delivering it, others haven't been so lucky. First off, let's get the facts right. This is not solely a TikTok community where a lot of people are having mixed feelings about DoorDash. Drivers have problems with DoorDash. Drivers are happy with DoorDash. Customers are happy with DoorDash. Merchants are happy with DoorDash, and merchants are upset with DoorDash. And it has nothing to do with the social media platform itself. This conversation could be on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, wherever. And the problem still remains the same. Not everybody's going to love DoorDash, and for good reason. Across TikTok, DoorDash drivers have complained about low wages, poor tips, and large cumbersome orders without commensurate pay. I feel like I said that word wrong, but I'm okay with it at this point. Between low wages and poor tips is really where the problem is. Large and cumbersome orders, if the pay is right, a lot of drivers will do it without complaint. Do we think that the wages should be higher so it's not so dependent on the customer to tip? Yes. Is that actually going to happen? Probably not. We are talking about DoorDash here. Now, a user on TikTok has gone viral after sharing their story of a DoorDash delivery gone awry. In a video with over 327,000 views, TikTok user Twyla at Twylasworldd recounts how she came to deliver 83 pizzas just for $7 from DoorDash. The things you do for content, huh? I'm going to leave our TikTok as well as her profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. 83 pizzas for just $7. I'm a little surprised that they upped the base pay that much. They usually don't do that. I picked up this order for $7 and I did it because it was only for 4 miles. I don't know. Being in her position on DoorDash, I don't know. I feel like I would think that there is a hidden tip, but for 4 miles, I think I would risk it too. Actually, let me know in the comments. You see an order, it's 4 miles for $7. You see 83 items and they're all pizzas. What's your assumption? Is there a hidden tip or is there not? Let me know what you think. I thought I was packing up a pizza or two, and I get there, and this is what they tell me I have to pick up. She continues showing stacks and stacks of pizza boxes in the local spot, which she does not name. The caption notes that it was 83 pizzas in total. Now, here's a real question. How is she going to pick that up? What kind of car is she driving? Does she have the space in her vehicle to do that? Does she have to make 2 trips? That would be concerning for me. And if she makes 2 trips, would she have a contract violation? I have so many questions. Twyla says the restaurant was surprised she was the only one there to pick up the order and assisted her in unloading her car to fit all of the boxes. I'd be concerned for the safety of the pizzas in a car. Like, please tell me you're driving something sufficient to actually put 83 pizzas in there. Like, this might need a cargo van. According to the receipt in the video, the total cost of the order was over $1,300. Think about this for a second. You just delivered an order for $1,300 and didn't get a tip. What would your immediate thought be at that point? When she eventually arrived at the delivery location, Twyla claims that the recipients did not help her at all. Yeah, there are some customers that will be like, they'll help you out, they'll come to your car and kind of assist you and bring it in. And then there are some that are like, we're just gonna watch. We're just gonna continue chit-chatting it up over here. And seriously, what party did you have that I wasn't invited to? What the heck is that? They just sat there and watched the whole entire time, Twyla details. It's so funny that there are some customers that are like, here, let me help you out. And then there are some that will literally stand there watching you, making sure you won't steal anything. Like literally watching every single moment happen, but not help out at all. By the end, Twyla made $2.50 from DoorDash in addition to a $50 tip from a customer, a revision from the customer's earlier tip of $4.50. Okay, so let's actually go over what just happened there. The base pay was $2.50 from DoorDash. Disgusting. The author here assumed it was $4.50, which turned out to be $50 tip, which, okay, that's a solid payout. It's not what it should have been. That's like a 3% tip or something like that, 3 or 4% tip. It's at least a solid payout. Was it worth it at the end of the day? I feel like that's up to the driver to decide, but it's a solid order. But this goes to show that the author here doesn't really know much about the hidden tip system on DoorDash. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I made a video talking all about that. I'll leave it in the description. Feel free to check it out. In the comment section, users claimed that this was not enough money for the number of pizzas Twyla had to deliver, both from the customer and DoorDash. First off, DoorDash should have been paying out much better. I don't care what anybody says. DoorDash should have had a heavy pay set. They should have had a lot more pay for the amount of money you were working with there. They were 100% wrong there. But the customer tip, I mean, should the tip have been higher? Yes. Is a $50 tip still solid? I mean, it's better than most. It really depends on how long she was working. I feel like because she wasn't receiving help at all, she should have received a higher tip. That's just me, though. She should have received a higher tip regardless, but that's just insult to injury. The bigger issue is DoorDash offering $7 for a $1,200 order, wrote one user. Correction. They offered $2.50. The customer tipped $50, and they only revealed $4.50 for a $1,300 plus order, which is disgusting, especially on DoorDash. You're telling me a $1,200 order and you only get paid $50 for all that? Asked another. Yeah, good night. I never do that. You're a queen. $1,300, but who gives a crap? You're not necessarily wrong there. I would have had $1,326 worth of free pizza, not taking that anywhere but home for $7 claimed a third. First off, absolutely not. $1,300 worth of food. I don't care how many times you have been stealing from DoorDash. That's all it would take for them to just go deactivate. Like, that's a huge loss for all parties involved. That's first off. Second of all, that wasn't a $7 order. It was a $52.50. It just was only shown as a $7 order. A few users shared similar stories. I had to deliver a $200 order to a business and DD paid me $5 and there was no tip, recounted a commenter. The guys didn't even help me take it out of my car either. Okay, first of all, $5 no tip. Most likely, you're not seeing a hidden tip from there. This is where I would tell that person to watch that video I recommended earlier about the hidden tip system. If you don't know how it works, you need to learn. It is such an important skill, especially on DoorDash, to make sure you understand that. OMG, so glad you were tipped. I had one to my local hospital and the $7 was real, said a second. I just knew they wasn't going to do me like that. You know, hospitals are like coin flips, man. Sometimes you get a customer in a hospital that is cool, and sometimes you get a customer in a hospital that's absolute garbage. And you could say that for a lot of industries, but delivering to a hospital, especially for the driver, there's a lot more risk to that. Several commenters suggested that Twyla asked DoorDash for an adjustment, as this order should have been considered a catering order rather than individual delivery. DoorDash actually has a separate system for large orders and pizza orders. I know it's absolute garbage that she earned that little, and yes, it should have been considered a catering delivery. DoorDash wouldn't have done that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of the large order program, I made a video talking all about that recently. I'll leave that in the description. Feel free to check it out. Definitely reach out to customer service with that first photo and ask for a catering fare adjustment, because that's effed, stated a user. Call them for a fare adjustment, echo to TikToker. That's a catering order. I don't know if they would do that. I feel like you'd have to Karen at support for a long time, and is that really worth it? I'll leave that to your discretion, but personally, I would just move on. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. In order this big, you gotta not only have the space in your vehicle, you gotta have the pay to back it up, man. Like, how do you even place an order with 83 pizzas in it and not tip properly? Should the customer have helped you out? Yes. Should the customer have tipped you better? Yes. Is $50 tip is still a solid order? Probably. Maybe not for the amount of work that it would be for, but it is what it is. But she made a good call. If I saw 4 miles, $7 and 83 items, I would automatically assume there was a hidden tip there too. I'm just glad that it wasn't a no-tip order. I thought it was going to be a no-tip order from the headline. But that just goes to show you gotta know how the hidden tip system works on DoorDash. Because if she didn't know that, she might have ended up passing up on this order because she saw 83 items and $7. Most people don't get that DoorDash has such a disgusting hidden tip system available, which really screws over good customers who tip really well. All in all, good job for making $50 for this order. Was it worth it? I don't know. I'll leave that to your discretion. I'm glad you got a decent payout regardless, because that's better than most of the other crap you would work on DoorDash for. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.